Hey, it's your girl, Miss Jennifer, and it's almost time for the new year. It's almost 2015, and everyone's making their New Year's resolutions, right? Well, not me. And you know what they say? Most resolutions fail, and I think I read somewhere that only 8% of people actually follow through on their New Year's resolution. Well, I'm just adding my 2 cents on why I think New Year's resolutions fail. And this is why I don't set resolutions. I think if you see that something needs to change in your life, whether it's about your physical appearance, whether it's about your habits, whether it's about your finances, the time to change is not January 1st. The time to change is once you notice and you see that there needs to be a change. The time for change is always now. So I think that has a lot to do with why a lot of people fail. They wait till, oh, it's the beginning of the year, it's the first day. Each day is, starts anew. Yeah, like on this calendar, on the American calendar or Western hemisphere, then January 1st marks the first day of the new year, so to speak. But I mean, realistically speaking, every day you wake up is pretty much marks the first day of the beginning of the rest of your life. So why not start now? Why are you waiting until January 1st? If you know that your financial habits are causing you problems, the time to sit down and draft a plan is right now. Not January 1st, not December 31st, but the moment you notice it. And this is what works for me. This is when I see the most change. When I realize this is off, I shift in that moment. And sometimes there are, especially if you're spiritual, you know where I'm going. But like there are different seasons in our life, and if you're if you're in tune, you know when there's a certain season that's changing in your life, or when something is coming to an end, something else needs to change, and in that moment, that's your season to shift. So for me, I had a seasonal shift, which happened to start maybe like a month or two before I turned 30. So for me, I shifted in that moment. There were some things I'm like, you know what? I want my finances to go this way. This is what I want. I want to have this by this time next year. And I didn't say, okay, so on January 1st, 2015, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, so that by the end of 2015, I can have this, this, and this. No, on October whatever 2014, on August whatever 2014, when I realized I want this goal, I shifted in that moment. Whatever was necessary that I had the ability to do in that moment, that's when I changed. When I decided, you know what, I need to do a little bit more, I need to eat a little bit different, I want to start drinking more healthier drinks, probiotics and all that, I didn't wait till January 1st to start a regimen. I went to the store, I bought it that day, and I just followed through. There are some changes that I felt like I needed to make financially. I'm not waiting to January 1st. I started weeks ago. I felt like, you know what? I need to hustle a little bit more over here because I really want this to have this in a year. I want it to be here in the year. I want my credit score here by this time. So you know what I started doing? I started doing everything that I could have set a plan to start on January 1st, but I started doing that in the moment. I decided this is what I want, and these are the changes that are happening right now. So I think most people's New Year's resolutions fail is because they are waiting for a certain day and they feel they're caught up in a culture or a social frenzy that says, hey, this is the time to start over. No, 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 no. The time to start over is always now. So the moment that you recognize that a change needs to be made, you make the change in that moment. You ever heard the saying that especially dealing with money, when people say they would win the lottery and they say, like, if you want to know what you would do if you won $1,000,000, look at how you're handling your finances right now, or look at what you do with 100, and that'll determine what you'll do with 1,000 or with 10,000 or with 100,000. It's the same thing with these New Year's resolutions. If you want to know what you're going to do with your health in 2015, look at what you're doing right now. If you want to know how your money's going to go in 2015, look at what you're doing right now. You might not be where you want to be right now. However, you can take the steps necessary so that you can get to where you want to be next year. So the time is always right now.